For over a century, we have comforted ourselves with a simple story. The universe had a beginning, a primordial, let there be light, hot, dense, the zero instant. But what if that story is incomplete? Today, we will challenge the very origin of time's birth. Was the Big Bang truly the beginning, or just the last breath of a previous universe? Is there a scar in the cosmos that tells its past? Does the universe breathe? And most importantly, what existed before the beginning? Humanity has traveled a long journey that has brought us here. Welcome to the Big Bounce Theory. But to understand how the universe can be reborn, we first need to discover how it was born. Therefore, let us take a small journey back in time to meet one of the greatest astronomers of all time, Edwin Hubble.
1923, California.
On top of a frozen mountain, Edwin Hubble points the largest eye on Earth toward a small smudge called Andromeda. Science said that smudge was just a neighboring cloud of gas. Hubble finds a spot of light there. He thinks it's an exploding star and marks N for nova. But the star didn't explode, it pulsed. It was a Cepheid variable, a cosmic yardstick whose distance can be measured. In that moment, he realizes the unthinkable. He crosses out the error and writes the annotation, VAR, the correct identification for this case. By measuring its distance, Hubble discovers that light was not nearby. It was an island, an entire galaxy. In a single night, the universe ceased to be merely the Milky Way and became infinite. But the silence of the stars hid a greater secret. Years later, Hubble noticed an unimaginable pattern. Galaxies are not still, they are moving away, and the farther they are, the faster they recede. But our intuition deceives us about this movement. The Big Bang does not describe an explosion happening inside space. It describes space itself, emerging and stretching. Everything was compressed: matter, energy, space, time. From this extreme state, the universe began to grow. And this expansion continues to this day. Imagine a balloon with small dots drawn on its surface. As you inflate it, the dots move away from each other. They are not walking across the rubber. It is the very fabric of the balloon that is growing. The universe did not originate from a place. It simply grew larger. From that ardent infancy, an echo remained, an ancient light, stretched and cooled by billions of years of travel that now bathes the entire sky. We call it the cosmic microwave background radiation. It is the oldest photograph of our cradle, the proof that the universe was once incredibly dense. But this light is also a veil. Beyond it, there are no images. There is only darkness and our equations, trying to grope for the unknown. The radiation reveals to us a young, hot universe with matter and energy extremely concentrated. But what if we try to rewind this expansion to before that instant? How far can we go? When we try to squeeze the entire cosmos into a single point, our best theories go to war. The gravity of planets does not converse with the physics of atoms. Upon reaching time zero, we find infinite density and heat. We call this the singularity. But in physics, infinity is just an elegant word for error. It is nature telling us, you are missing a detail. And what if the missing detail is that infinity does not exist. To provide an explanation in place of the singularity, one that does not result in the infinities that the singularity shows us, the Big Bounce emerges, the idea that the universe does not begin and die, but eternally breathes. Imagine that before all this, there was another universe contracting, shrinking for eons. The Big Bounce is a spectrum of ideas unfolding. Different models exist, but the main ones focus on three possibilities to avoid the infinite of the singularity. A physical limit to the compression of space, preventing total collapse. A single transition, which happened only once, instead of an eternal cycle of bounces. A catastrophic collision coming from higher dimensions, from outside our own universe. Loop quantum cosmology suggests that space has a minimum resolution. Like the pixels on your screen, you cannot compress space forever. When the ancient universe was squeezed down to this limit, known as the Planck limit, the very structure of space resisted. The effect of gravity reversed. It stopped pulling and started repelling. For others, the bounce is a unique event. The ancient universe contracted, hit a boundary, and bounced once into the expansion we live in today, a cosmic turning of the page, not an eternal loop. Other models, inspired by string theory, dare more. They imagine our universe as a membrane floating in a larger space. The Big Bang would be the colossal bang of a collision between two of these universes. Whether by quantum loops or dimensional collisions, the goal of the Big Bounce is to maintain coherent physics, replacing the old singularity with a transition we are truly capable of defining. That is why the cosmic bounce solves theoretically this great question. However, in the model where the universe is endlessly reborn through the bounce, can physics truly sustain itself? Once again, we find infinity, but this time, not in the compression of the universe, but in its eternal rebirth. The Big Bounce suggests a phoenix universe to us, a rhythmic succession of rebirths, a poem written in the grammar of eternity. But would this cycle be truly perpetual, or would there be a hidden tribute with every new awakening? From what our science reveals, entropy may be the price, a debt that time collects, transforming the fire of creation into the ashes of disorder. Entropy is the whisper of energy spreading into the void. It seeks uniformity, transforming what is concentrated into something tenuous and dispersed. Over time, the capacity to do work, the very flame of the cosmos, inevitably fades away. If the universe were the heir to infinite previous cycles, it should be saturated with its own remnants. We would not see the brightness of novelty, but rather a museum of cosmic garbage, an exhausted, old, and chaos-ridden system. Nevertheless, we look up, and we still find order. Think of a sheet of paper crumpled up. We can try to open and smooth out every crease, but it never regains its original shape. The marks remain. However, our universe seems to have been born smooth and orderly. This suggests to us that if there was a bounce, it does not repeat forever. Perhaps we have witnessed a unique event, a solitary bridge connecting a forgotten past to our brief present. The Big Bounce is a promise of immortality, but for now, it remains only as a mathematical dream. Perhaps the Big Bang was not the dawn of everything, but only the awakening of our time. When our equations touch infinity, the question transforms. Are we facing the limit of the universe, or merely the limit of our intelligence? We continue to look at the stars like one who seeks to read the memories of a world that perhaps never ended.